Question 2 says, consider the following parallelograms. Find the values of the unknowns x, y and z. So we are given these 5 parts. In each part we have a parallelogram, and in the parallelogram some angles are unknown and they are represented by the letters x, y and z, and we have to find their values. So let's go part by part. Let's start with the first part. So in the first part, we have this parallelogram ABCD in which one of the angles is known. This angle here, angle B, is equal to 100 degrees. We have to find x, which is angle C. We have to find y, which is angle D. And we have to find z, which is angle A. So x will be supplementary with angle B or 100 degrees because angle B and angle C, they form a pair of adjacent angles in the parallelogram. So we can say angle B plus angle C must be equal to 180 degrees because these two angles are adjacent angles in this parallelogram. So angle B is 100 degrees and angle C is x. So 100 degrees plus x is 180 degrees, and this gives us x equal to 180 degrees minus 100 degrees or 80 degrees. So the measure of x is 80 degrees. Now we can directly write the measure of A, of the angle at A, which is z, as being equal to the angle C because these are opposite angles in a parallelogram. So we can say angle A is equal to angle C because these two angles are opposite angles in the parallelogram. So angle A is z and angle C is x, which we have calculated as 80 degrees. So the value of z is 80 degrees. Similarly, to find y, to find the value of y, we note that the angle at D is opposite to the angle at B. So these two will be equal. So angle D will be equal to angle B because these two angles are opposite angles, and this means that y is equal to the angle at B, which is 100 degrees. So we've calculated all the three unknowns. The value of x is 80 degrees, the value of y is 100 degrees, and the value of z is 80 degrees. And this completes part 1. Now in part 2, we have this parallelogram. Let's label the vertices of the parallelogram. So let's call this A, B, C and D. And we see that one of the angles of the parallelogram is known. It's 50 degrees. We have to find x, the angle at B. We have to find y, the angle at D. And we have to find z, which is the exterior angle at C. Alright, so we note that the angle at A and the angle at B, they are adjacent angles. So their sum must be equal to 180 degrees. So angle A plus angle B must be equal to 180 degrees because these two angles are adjacent angles in the parallelogram. So angle A is 50 degrees and angle B is x. So we get 50 degrees plus x is 180 degrees, or x is equal to 180 minus 50, and that's equal to 130 degrees. So the measure of the angle x is 130 degrees. And now we can find the angle at D, which is y, directly because the angle at D will be equal to the angle at B because these two are opposite angles in the parallelogram. So we can write angle D is equal to angle B because these are opposite angles in the parallelogram. So angle D is y and angle B is 130 degrees. The angle at B is x, which is 130 degrees, as we've already calculated. So y is also equal to 130 degrees. Now what about z? So there are two ways to calculate z. You can first calculate this angle here, the interior angle at C. So the interior angle at C will be equal to the angle at A because they are opposite interior angles. So we can write angle C is equal to angle A because they are opposite angles, and this means that angle C interior is equal to 50 degrees. So this angle here is 50 degrees, and this means that the angle C exterior, which is Z, will be, it forms a linear pair with the interior angle at C, so it will be 180 minus 50, or it will be 130 degrees. So that's one way to calculate the value of Z. The other way to calculate Z is to note that the exterior angle at C is forms an alternate interior angle pair with the angle at D. So the angle C exterior forms an alternate interior angle pair with the angle at D, and hence these two must be equal. So they are alternate interior angles, and this directly gives us the exterior angle at C, which is Z, equal to the angle at D, which is Y, which we have calculated as 130 degrees. So you can calculate Z in either of these ways. So the answer for this part is the value of X is 130 degrees, the value of Y is 130 degrees, and the value of Z is also 130 degrees. And this completes part 2. Now let's do part 3. So in part 3 we have this parallelogram. Let's label the vertices A, B, C and D, and we see that the diagonals are also drawn. So let's label the point of intersection of the diagonals as O. Now we have to find this angle X, which is the angle between the two diagonals. We have to find this angle, which is Y, and we have to find this angle, which is Z. Now we see that the angle X, which is angle AOD, is vertically opposite to this angle here BOC, which is 90 degrees. So we can write angle AOD is equal to angle BOC, as these two angles form a pair of vertically opposite angles. And so X can be calculated directly. Angle AOD, which is X, will be equal to angle BOC, which is marked as 90 degrees. So the value of X is 90 degrees. Now once we have the value of X, we can apply the angle sum property in triangle AOD. Let me highlight this triangle for you. So triangle AOD, in this triangle we have two of the three angles. We know the values of two of the three angles, which is X and 30 degrees. So we can find the third angle easily. So in triangle AOD we apply the angle sum property. Alright, this gives us X, which is angle AOD, plus Y, which is angle OAD, plus the third angle, which is 30 degrees. So 30 degrees, this is equal to 180 degrees. And the value of X we have calculated as 90. So 90 plus Y plus 30 is equal to 180 degrees. 90 plus 30 is 120. So we get 120 degrees plus Y is equal to 180 degrees, or Y is equal to 180 minus 120, and that's equal to 60 degrees. So the value of Y is 60 degrees. Now how can we calculate the value of the angle Z? So we note that the angle Y, which is this angle here OAD, and the angle Z, which is this angle here OCB, these angles form a pair of alternate interior angles for the parallels AD and BC and the transversal AC. Okay, so let's write this out. So AD is parallel to BC, and for these two parallels we have the transversal AC, and this means that Y will be equal to Z, because these are a pair of alternate interior angles. And this means that the value of Z will be equal to the value of Y, which we have calculated as 60 degrees. So the value of Z will also be 60 degrees. So the answer for part 3 is the value of X is 90 degrees, the measure of Y is 60 degrees, and the measure of Z is 60 degrees as well. And this completes part 3. Now let's do part 4. So in part 4 we have this parallelogram. Let's label the vertices A, B, C and D. So we have to find the value of X, which is the angle at B, the value of Y, which is the angle at A, and the value of Z, which is the exterior angle at D. So let's start with finding the value of X. for that purpose, we note that the angle at B and the angle at C, they are adjacent angles in the parallelogram, so their sum must be 180 degrees. So we can write angle B plus angle C. This must be equal to 180 degrees because these two angles are adjacent angles in the parallelogram. So angle B is X and angle C is 80 degrees. So we get X plus 80 degrees is equal to 180 degrees, or X is equal to 180 degrees minus 80 degrees, which is equal to 100 degrees. So the value of X, the measure of X is 100 degrees. Now to find the measure of Y, we note that the angle at A, which is Y, is opposite to the angle at C. So angle A is equal to angle C because these are opposite angles in the parallelogram, and from here we can find Y directly. The value of Y will be the measure of angle C, which is 80 degrees. So Y is equal to 80 degrees. Now to find the value of Z, we can do it in two ways. We can first find the interior angle at D, which is this angle here, and then we note that Z forms a linear pair with this interior angle at D. So let's do it this way. So we have the interior angle at D will be equal to the angle at B because these are opposite angles in the parallelogram, and this means that angle D is equal to X, the angle at B, which is equal to 100 degrees. So the interior angle at D measures 100 degrees, and this means that the exterior angle at D, which is Z, this will be 180 minus 100, and this will be equal to 80 degrees. So this is one way to find the exterior angle at D or Z. The other way is to note that the angle at D, exterior angle at Z, D, which is Z, it forms an alternate interior angle pair with Y, right? Because if we take the parallels A, B and CD and the transversal AD, we see that Y and Z form a pair of alternate interior angles. So we can use this fact as well. So the exterior angle at D is equal to the angle at A because these are alternate interior angles, and this means that Z, the exterior angle at D, is equal to the angle at A, which is Y, and Y is equal to, we have already calculated it as 80 degrees. So we again get the measure of Z as 80 degrees. So the answer in this case is the measure of X is 100 degrees, the measure of Y is 80 degrees, and the measure of Z is 80 degrees as well. And this completes part 4. Now let's do part 5. In part 5 we have this parallelogram that you see. Let's label the vertices. So we have A, B, C and D, and the unknowns are this angle X here, which is angle ADB, this angle Y, which is angle A, and this angle Z, which is angle CBD. So we have to find the measures of these three angles. So let's start by finding the angle at A. It's easy to find because angle A is opposite to angle C, and we already have the measure of angle C, which is 112 degrees. So we write angle A is equal to angle C because these angles are opposite angles in the parallelogram ABCD, and this means that Y, which is angle A, is equal to the angle at C or 112 degrees. So Y is calculated directly like this. Now to find X, the angle ADB, we can apply the angle sum property in triangle ABD. So let me highlight this triangle for you. Triangle ABD, if you observe this triangle, we have two of the angles. We have the values of two of the angles. We have 40 degrees and we have calculated Y. So X will be easy to find. So let's apply the angle sum property to triangle ABD. So this is what we're going to do, and this will give us X, this angle ADB, plus Y, the angle at A, plus the third angle, which is angle ABD, which is 40 degrees. This must be equal to 180 degrees. So we have X plus the value of Y we calculated as 112 degrees. So 112 degrees plus 40 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. 112 plus 40 is 152. So we get 150 x plus 152 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. And from here we get the value of x, 180 minus 152, and this will be equal to 28 degrees. So the value of x is 28 degrees. And finally, now we need to calculate the value of z, and for this purpose we note that the angle x, which is this angle here, and the angle z, they form a pair of alternate interior angles for the parallels AD and BC and the transversal BD. So let's use this fact. So we can write angle ADB is equal to angle CBD, as these form a pair of alternate interior angles. And angle ADB is x and angle CBD is z. So we conclude that x is equal to z. So the value of z will be the same as the value of x, which is 28 degrees. So the answer for this part is the value of x is 28 degrees, the value of y is 112 degrees, and the value of z is 28 degrees. And this completes part 5 of the question. And with this we have completed the whole question. To learn more about how Cuemath can help you crack school and board exams, explore Cuemath Leap, a live online classroom program run by highly experienced and committed teachers.